right. Hello and welcome everyone to Phin's Phishing Net. This is the webinar for Phin's partners and beyond, sharing with you today some helpful information as you're navigating, working through administering security awareness training with your own team, your clients. We usually do this every 2 weeks, sometimes monthly, just depending on the other projects that we have. But wanted to share with everyone some updates of what we have for some resources, as I mentioned, that you can share with those external stakeholders. So we've been developing some new resources, for those stakeholders that you can use to share, just show really the importance of SAT, consequences of an action, and really just the overall experience, what they can expect, and how easy it is specifically to do SAT with Phin. So of course, if you're at the knowledge base here and you come to Phin Partner Resources, you have access, and really this is public for everyone, to all of these materials that can be branded and white labeled to your company needs, really however you want to do it here. So it's really nice. You can see, these are, for example, this is the branded marketing material that you can share directly with your client, your own team, a teammate, whatever it is. Really just to show, those things that I mentioned earlier, how easy it is with Phin and why it's important. Obviously, things like this will share the end user demo or the end user experience via like a demo video that I have here. We've got, an end user guide of what to expect, for those end users, different applications that we use, integration such as Report a Phish, different kind of highlights of how it works with, like our phishing window of 3 to 7 days. So definitely recommend checking out some of those. Some of those have been updated, mainly this first one, the marketing material and enablement docs. We're also, though, releasing some new ones that I'll talk about here in a second. So currently we do have one presentation that you can share with your clients. We're actually building out a new one right now that I can kind of quickly share, and it's still being built out in Canva, but it should be available in that same folder by the end of the week. So you can see kind of some slides of some statistics here establishing the importance and need for security awareness training for your clients. And really, again, adapting any of this information in order to satisfy some of the potential compliance requirements that your customers have, as well as just making them more cyber aware and aware of the threats that are out there, for their own information, their businesses, etc. So these are, again, some of the statistics here that you can take one of these slides, all of them, present it however you want. This is a resource for you, like I said, to share with your clients, present to them, or just send it to you if not. So this one in particular really focuses on making the investment for security awareness training. And like I said, it's aimed to do that with some of the wording here as well. So and as well as the statistics too. So definitely recommend by the end of the week checking that out. That will be live in the knowledge base of Phin Partner Resources. We also have a Why Invest in SAT new e-guide that we'll be releasing around that same time. So feel free to check that out. We do have existing e-guides right here. So this will be added right in this section here. You can click it, access all those e-guides. Again, a lot of this stuff is just establishing the importance, like I mentioned, and how Phin does it quickly and easily, and makes it not such a painstaking experience for the user. So yeah, but like I said, this one again is focused on the consequence of inaction, and why it's important to invest in that action of security awareness training. So yeah, these are similar, but definitely recommend checking that out in addition to the ones that we already have. I mentioned a few of those from the top down. We also have a specific guide for some of our integrations, as I kind of alluded to earlier. Report a Phish, what users can expect with that can be branded and white labeled. This one obviously has the Phin logo on it. And then as well as that, you also have those e-guides that I mentioned, a feature sheet that you can use to brand to yourself, kind of the nice things about Phin. Especially if you want to have a co-manage admin. This one is particularly helpful for helping them navigate that admin environment. And then also register for webinars, referral codes. Those are, of course, always at the bottom. But yeah, definitely recommend checking out those new pieces of content as we get later in the week here. They're definitely very valuable for having those types of conversations with your clients and your customers, which I know I've had many conversations with our partners, just really struggling to get more buy-in from end users to actually complete trainings and be more compliant with whatever frameworks they're required to be achieving. So that is the new partner resources and the existing ones that I wanted to share. And so, yeah, I don't have a ton of other information. So, like I said, we do these types of webinars every month or so on average. These ones are typically shorter. We also have one every other week. So the next one will be next Tuesday at the same time, where I actually present this presentation focused on the importance of SAT to end users. So just essentially doing the same thing, establishing that importance and how easy it is. But that's another option that you do have available too. If you're not familiar, you can actually send your users directly to the registration link, which is right here. You can actually have them register for this webinar, directly from that knowledge base article in Phin. And then at that point, they can, join the webinar. At that time, we also have it recorded as well. And that is back here on the YouTube recording of this presentation. So, lots of resources. We know that that's a pain point for a lot of the people that we work with is getting that buy-in. In-app things like welcome emails, setting those expectations early, having them know what to expect is important. These documents are very nice and supplemental. Another huge resource that we've come to find is having that stakeholder at the company to incorporate security awareness training as potentially like a part of their performance review, or just having that accountability from a company level perspective, maybe HR or something like that. Really increases those participation rates and completion rates of security awareness training. So definitely something to keep in mind there. Obviously, as Phin, we want to do everything we can to help with that, help increase those completion rates. But obviously, the best way to do that is, of course, at the company level with some of these resources handy as well. So, okay, that is all I have. I don't see any questions, but if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. My name is Andrew at Phin Security. My email is just andrew@phinsecurity.com. So feel free to reach out to myself, other team members, if you know them, if you have any questions. Happy to talk more about this and answer any of those questions. But just wanted to say thanks everyone for joining and have a great